Hey guys, it's Callie, and today we are back with another video. We are doing here are 10 Am I the Asshole submissions where all parties are declared the asshole. Now you have to decide who's the bigger asshole. This is on BuzzFeed. You know, I was just going through my phone looking at Am I the Asshole stories from like Reddit and stuff. I mostly watch them on like Instagram and TikTok, but more so Instagram. And sometimes with certain ones I would type them into like Google because I want to see what Reddit thinks. And it's so crazy because like sometimes you look at a story on Instagram and a lot of comments say, for example, like, not the asshole. But then you look at the same story on Reddit and everyone on Reddit would say, like, yo, the asshole. Like, it's just so crazy. It's just so crazy sometimes how, like, Instagram and Reddit would be so different from one another. Like, the comments and, like, stuff like that. But I just think they're really interesting to read. And I do comment on all of them pretty much when I look at them or watch them on videos. But they're interesting, and yeah. Without further ado, guys, we have the 10 stories. We're going to get into it. So number 1 is, am I the asshole for making a dad joke? My stepdaughter was about a year old when I married her mother. My stepdaughter's father died before she was born. I adopted her. She is currently 15, and she's rebelling about almost everything. She did something bad, so while picking her up, I set up a punishment for her. Then she said, "You're not my dad. I don't have to follow you." Honestly, I got a bit hurt from that, but I understand that she didn't mean it, that she'll probably change. I just replied, "I'm still your legal guardian for the next 3 years as long as you're in my house. You have to follow my rules." That's happened about 2 days ago. So our family was grocery shopping, and when my stepdaughter said, "I'm hungry, I need food," I decided to be extremely cheeky and said, "Hi, hungry, I'm not your dad." My son just started to laugh uncontrollably. My daughter was just crying with embarrassment, and my wife was berating me not to stoop down to her level. I honestly thought it was a funny dad joke. And my son agrees, so am I the asshole? See, I understand what you were doing, and like, you know, I know it's step parents, it's like a tricky situation to navigate. But, you know, she's a teenager. A lot of teenagers rebel, but I do think the joke like wasn't too bad, but I do think time and place and like, you know, I don't know. I just feel like, well, the joke wasn't bad. I just think it was kind of in bad taste, and the wife does have a point. You're all kind of stupid to her level. Like, look, you know, teenagers say stupid things, you know. Like, you don't have to stoop to her level. You don't have to make her feel bad because of it either, you know what I mean? Like, she loves you. She knows you're her dad, whether it's biological or not, you know. I just feel like there's time and place, you know, and just sometimes just be careful of that stuff, because not everyone, you know, is in the joke. Because, like, one of those things you have to know your audience. Like, I understand you're just trying to be funny and all, but, like, you know, things were very tense for your daughter to begin with, and like I feel like that is just kind of adding to the intensity of it. That's not helping to like fix the situation in any way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I would say probably the daughter is a bit more of the asshole, but you know, I think you're a little bit of the asshole too. I think you should have handled the situation better, especially being the adult. But anyways, I'm gonna go get my water because my throat's dry. Be right back, guys. Okay, guys, on to story number 2. Am I the asshole for telling my extended family how many men my sister slept with after she outed our youngest brother as a virgin? I've heard this one too, and I've heard the first story before. We have family dinner this evening. My family has 4 kids in total. Me and my elder sister, 29F, younger brother, 24F, and youngest brother, 22M. The extended family attended our family dinner too, so all of our significant others, our cousins, aunts, and uncles were there. During the dinner, my older sister and youngest brother got into a mild disagreement. My sister seemed, at least to me, to be coming across as very aggressive out of frustration and losing said argument. The 2 of them were too absorbed in an argument to realize the rest of us were getting a bit fed up. Eventually, my sister got really fed up and said, "Shut up, I'm not even going to argue with a 22-year-old virgin." My brother hadn't made any personal attacks up to that point. It was completely unprovoked. I think it might have been the alcohol, as my sister is a mean drunk anyway. I immediately told my sister to grow up and that she was making an embarrassment of herself. She replied by saying everyone knows she's a virgin, and she didn't say anything wrong. This annoyed me as my brother definitely has confidence issues and doesn't need to be made fun of like this. So I responded by saying how she slept with well over 100 men while she was in college. And that since everyone in the family knows this, it's not a big deal, right? Turns out her husband didn't know this. Amazingly, I generally assumed he must have known. He left the party angrily saying that my sister misled him about her past. The families blamed me for their marital issues. I refused to accept that I did anything wrong. My sister bullied my brother in front of everyone. All I did was give her a taste of old medicine. No, you're definitely the asshole. Just because, number one, it had nothing to do with you. It was between your brother and your sister. And your sister didn't say anything wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a virgin. That's not an insult by any way. And you just attacked her for no reason. So you definitely messed up. And as for her marriage issues, yeah, she probably should have been... What'd I do? No. She probably should have been honest with the husband. But at the same time, like, it's her past. Who gives a fuck? Like, I don't know why people are so obsessed with people's past. Everyone has a past. Like, sleeping with, like, 100 men, yeah, that's a bit crazy. But, you know, a lot of people, you know, go crazy in college, from what I've heard. Like, I've never gone to college, but, you know, a lot of people go crazy with partying and all that stuff in college. You know, I think you should have minded your own business and let them handle it. They're both adults. You got yourself involved, and you made yourself an asshole. Yes, the sister shouldn't have probably said that about the brother. But at the same time, it wasn't your business to get into. So, yes, you're the asshole, and you definitely should apologize. And let them handle their own issues out amongst themselves and not get yourself involved. I understand you're trying to protect your brother, but like your brother's a 22-year-old adult. He can defend himself, you know. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with being a virgin. She didn't say anything bad. You act like that's an insult.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
The fuck was that? I didn't even say her name. I said nothing that sounded close to her name. Don't know why she went off. That's happened before in videos. That's so weird. But yeah, I'd say you're the bigger asshole in this, because while your sister, you know, shouldn't have said about her brother, she didn't say anything bad, you know. I mean, you didn't have to, like, out her sexual history like that, especially in front of your family, you know. Like, I definitely think you're the bigger asshole here. Number 3, am I the asshole if I stop paying my daughter's tuition over a disgusting comment she made that was directed at my new girlfriend? I feel like so far I've, like, seen all these before, because I've watched so many of these. This one kind of sounds familiar. So, my wife died at a young age of 51 from a car accident. I, 56 male, was in deep mourning for about a year after her death. I met my new girlfriend, C, 43, after around January. Which a car accident was deep mourning. January. Okay, that's, I mean, how long was this after the wife died, though? You're not saying that information, which I feel like might be important. C was one of who made me laugh for the first time after my wife died. She's smart as hell, 3 Ivy League degrees, has a dark sense of humor that I love, is a terrific cook, and overall an amazing woman who I can't imagine spending the rest of my life with. She is also on the heavier side, the fact that becomes relevant later. I have 2 children, E, 25M, and A, 19F. They were all aware that I had gotten a new girlfriend before. I introduced them to C this summer. She got along immediately with E, but A was very standoffish. After the initial meeting, I asked A if there was something wrong, but she denied it. E and A both came home for Thanksgiving dinner. The dinner was going well as it could have the first 10 minutes, although I noticed A glaring at my girlfriend the entire time. When my girlfriend went to grab another helping of mashed potatoes, and Dawn made a comment that cruelly ridiculed my girlfriend's size. My girlfriend started sobbing immediately and ran off into the bedroom. My face turned red and I told her to get out. About half an hour later, A left. I texted her stating I would no longer pay for her tuition unless, 1, she apologized to my girlfriend, and 2, the girlfriend accepted her apology. My daughter must have assumed that I was bluffing because she insisted on doubling down on her behavior during Thanksgiving dinner. I then logged out of university's tuition payment website, canceled next semester's tuition, and sent my daughter the screenshot. She called me crying and begged me to reconsider, but I told her my mind was made up. I mean, I can see where you're the asshole. Yeah, your daughter should have made that comment, but how long did you start dating this girl after their mother died? Because you didn't say that. You just said, in the beginning, you just said, your wife died at a young age of 51 from a car accident. And then you were in deep mourning for about a year after her death. So, I mean, I guess after a year, you met her. I don't know. I mean, I can see why you'd be like that, but I feel like, again, you're not helping the situation. You know, you're just gonna, like, if you ever want your daughter and your girlfriend to get along, you're not helping that by doing this. You're just making the rift wider. I'm not saying you're necessarily wrong for doing what you're doing, but you need to think logically. Like, if you ever want a chance, have your girlfriend and daughter get along, and you want to have a good relationship with your daughter, don't. And like, I don't know. Like, I understand she was wrong saying the comment, but like, you're gonna really mess up her future over this. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's going a bit far. Like, yeah, she shouldn't have made the comment, but this is her future. This is what can help her, you know, do well in life, in college, you know, and you're kind of gonna sabotage her over a comment. Like, I feel like there's some stuff missing out on this. Like, why does A not like the girlfriend? I feel like we need more detail, to be honest. I feel like he's leaving stuff out. This person, OP, is leaving stuff out for a reason, you know? And like, I want to know what's going on. And she said, you just said she made a comment, cruelly ridiculed her size. What was the comment? I want to know what the comment was. Too, I feel like, see, like, leaving that stuff out, like the comment and stuff like that, and then, I don't know, that just seems really weird to me. Like, what was the comment exactly that she made? You know? Like, I don't know, I do think you're overreacting a bit, and I think you're damaging your relationship with your daughter, and the relationship your daughter could have with your girlfriend by doing this, but I understand. You know, but I think you just need to ask yourself at the end of the day what's more important to you right now. Keeping a relationship with your daughter, or being right. You know what I mean? Or like, you know, standing your ground. Like, I understand trying to protect your girlfriend, and that's fine, but I would like to know why the daughter doesn't like your girlfriend too much. You know, I feel like there's some stuff left out that needs to be said. I am surprised this one's on here, because I feel like most people probably would say he's not the asshole. But, I don't know, I can see I think everyone's wrong in this situation. I think more details need to be said to actually understand the full picture here, but that's just my opinion. Number 4, am I the asshole for pointing out my friend that they are not famous? Good night. My friends are dating, and they're also actors who have had small roles on few TV shows, like up to 2 lines. Neither of them has a following in real life or on social media. They've got under 1,500 followers combined. Anyway, last week I posted a group picture on Instagram of people celebrating a friend's birthday. Everyone in the photo has their arms around each other's shoulders. Very platonic. Anyway, yesterday in the group chat among the 3 of us, they asked me to take the photo down because they don't want the public to know that they're dating. I would consider taking it down if they look bad or sloppy, but they don't. Also, everyone has their arms around each other, not just them. Anyway, I just asked what they meant. They said they didn't want to end up in gossip rag, to point out that they're not that famous, and that they don't have functioning IMDb pages. I don't know what that means. They were living and called me a bunch of names. I think they're delusional, but they've been texting me, demanding me I remove it, and they even send me screenshots of them reporting, and nothing has happened at this point. I don't even want to be their friend, however, and possibly because I am an asshole. I don't want to delete it based on solely principle. I mean, you probably should delete. I mean, it doesn't matter how you think they look. If someone asks you to take a photo down, you should just take it down out of respect. You know what I mean? Or like, yeah, maybe they're not famous, but like, you didn't have to make those comments either. It's like, you know, let them believe what they want to believe, right? You know, yeah, to you they're not famous, but to them they are, you know. Because even they may be small roles to you, you know, it's a few TV shows and small roles. To them, that's a big deal, even being on a TV show, you know what I mean? You know, like, and I feel like you saying these remarks to them is kind of bringing down their self-esteem and their self-confidence, you know? I do think you were wrong for not taking a photo, but they didn't have to lash out at you either, and, like, report you and all that, and send you all these mean text messages. Like, they could have handled it better too, but you could have just been, you know, respectful and just took it down. So you're definitely the asshole, and also the friend too. And I'm talking like these people are gonna watch my videos, something, you know? Like, you're the asshole, like this person's watching. I don't know. I mean, that's how I do it on Instagram too. When I leave a comment on one of the Am I the Asshole videos, I'd be like, you are the asshole. Like, they're going to be reading these. But yes, I think you're both the asshole. Both could be handled better on both ends. Now, as to who the more the asshole is, I feel like it's pretty even between both of you evenly being the asshole. I don't know who's more the asshole, to be honest. I think it's pretty even, but I guess if I had to pick, I'd say probably the friend, because they could have been, well, actually, I don't know, because they were nice about it first, and you became the asshole, refused to take it down, so I feel like you kind of escalated it. I don't know, I can't choose. I think it's both even. Let me know in the comments, guys. Okay, number 5. I'm sorry, I know it's long videos. Am I the asshole for honking at another driver who cut in front of me at the drive-thru each time she tried to order? Well, this dude. This line at Starbucks I went to was really long. I was in line for a good maybe 20 minutes until this lady in the Mercedes tried to cut in front of me. Can't read. And like hit others behind me. I laid on the horn and tried to block her from cutting me. But she succeeded anyways and flipped me off. I'm the type of person who would not let someone get away with that shit like this. So wait until she pulled up. As soon as she tried to order, I honked. Then she gave me a dirty look and gave me the finger, which I already had a middle finger of my own ready for. Each time she made an attempt to order something, I honked. Sometimes laid on the horn for 3 seconds. I stopped as soon as she drove off. We ordered and it went about a day. Am I the asshole for this? I would say yes, because you're kind of also annoying the workers too at the Starbucks, like the person at the window and the people around you. And it's also like, dude, you never know what people can do with road rage, you know? This lady could have a weapon on her and hurt you. Like, I've heard stories about that before, like people getting shot because of road rage. So, like, you put yourself in danger, in potential danger, and like, yeah, she was wrong for cutting you off, but come on. Like, that's just too much, and like, you need to grow up. It's not that serious at the end of the day. Like, it's annoying, but it's not that serious, and like, you could have gotten yourself hurt. Then we ordered, so you had a passenger with you. Because it says, we then ordered and went about our way. So, like, you could also put your passenger at risk, too. Because, again, you don't know if this lady had a weapon on. She could have had a knife. She could have had a gun, for all you know. So, like, you put yourself and your passenger in unnecessary danger because you were annoyed. Like, I'd say you're more the asshole. Like, yeah, she shouldn't have cut you off, but, like, I never even heard of that in the drive-thru. How can you cut someone off in the drive-thru? Like, there are some drive-thrus that are, like, 2 things. Like, Chick-fil-A has it, kind of. And, like, there's a McDonald's, too, that has it. It's, like, where you can order from. It's 2, like, separate fucking drive-thru things. You order your food, but then you still have to all go to the same window to pick it up. So it's kind of stupid if you think about it. It's not like it's any faster than just having the one drive-thru. But anyways, so I don't know if it's a Starbucks like that where it's, like, a 2-lane like that. And then you have to go into 1 lane to actually get your order. Because other than that, I don't know how someone could possibly cut you off. Like, I understand that's annoying, but, like, again, you just put yourself in unnecessary danger. Like, road rage is not worth it. You know, it's not worth potentially losing your life or hurting people you have in your car, you know? So, yeah, I'd say you're the bigger asshole, to be honest. Actually, I don't know, probably even. My fucking phone. Okay, 6. Am I the asshole for skipping Christmas with my parents since they won't treat me like an adult? Okay, let's just see where this one's going. F27 have been with my boyfriend, 23, for almost 2 years now. We will be getting married eventually, but it's not the priority. It's not a priority. My mom will let us share a bed if we come to see them for any reason. When we came over last summer, my boyfriend suggested renting a hotel so we can have privacy and a comfortable bed. It drove my mom nuts that we bypassed her little rules. She wouldn't drop it in the entire time we were there. She made me promise not to do that again. My boyfriend's mom and dad retired in Mexico and are really chill, so we made plans to come visit them over Christmas. They are not Christians, so they don't really care when they see their son with regards to religious holidays. We didn't tell my parents we were going to come in. My mom asked me at Thanksgiving if we were going to hold to my promise not to stay in a hotel over Christmas. I answered truthfully that I would not stay in a hotel. I'm sitting here on the balcony of my future in-laws condo looking at the Caribbean, waiting for the sunrise and enjoying the peace and quiet I made. The mistake of going online yesterday and saw a bunch of posts from my mom and sisters about how I was a jerk for lying to them about my plans, and I may have been a little tipsy last night because I decided to respond. I said that it was ridiculous of them to try and tell me I couldn't share a room with my boyfriend, that I was keeping my promise by not staying in a hotel when we were there, and that if they planned on putting everything on Facebook, I would be avoiding all visits for the foreseeable future. They took down their posts when people started crapping on them for trying to control me, but some people did agree with them. Now to text me and call me, say I was an asshole for making them look bad. I asked them if they were trying to make me look good with their posts. They stopped for a while, but there were more texts and voicemails this morning. I'm kind of like an idea of skipping all the drama from now on, but I miss my dad, and he is blameless in this. Am I the asshole? Well, I mean, it is your parents' house and your parents' rules, and, like, I've heard of people doing that before, like, you know, with their couples, like, if you're not married, then you can't share a room, which, I mean, I can kind of understand that. Like, so your mom is Christian, I mean, you should respect her house. I think it's kind of petty of you to just, you know, be upset over that. Like, I get it, it's annoying, but it's like, you should respect it. I mean, but your mom shouldn't be upset about you getting a hotel or something. I don't know. Why didn't you maybe try to compromise with your mom? Maybe you guys can sleep in the same room, but you're sleeping like, I don't know, separate beds. Maybe one of you can get an air mattress or something. I mean, I know that's not practical, but it's like, it's better than nothing, right? I mean, is this something like this really worth causing family drama over and, like, you know, ruining family over just because you can't sleep in the same bed with a boyfriend? Like, and how long do you stay there anyways? A few days? Like, is it going to be that difficult for a few days? You have the rest of the year to, like, sleep in the same bed with your boyfriend. You can't make an exception for, like, a few days or a week, whatever. Now, like I said, it's come to a compromise of just, you know, same room, just different beds or something, you know? Like, I don't know. I feel like shit like this is not worth causing drama over. And, like, you don't have to lie to your mom. You could have been honest, be like, I'm going to my in-laws for Christmas this year. So I feel like you kind of messed up by not being honest. I mean, I don't know. I look at it as, like, their home, their choice, and their rules, and you should respect it and not make a big fuss over it. But I also understand you, and if, like, if you want to stay in a hotel, you should be able to, and then your mom shouldn't be upset about that. But you guys are both wrong, yes. Do agree that you guys both handle it poorly. As to who the bigger asshole is, again, I feel like it's almost kind of even. Maybe the mom is a little bit more of the bigger asshole, but I don't know, just hard. Am I the asshole for replacing myself with my twin brother at an in-law's Christmas Eve party to see if anyone noticed? I'm 31 and I have an identical twin brother. For a while I've told my wife that none of her family members notice me or care about anything I do on Christmas Eve, but she still insists on me attending, so she told me that's not true and that they generally like me and enjoy talking to me. But I know that's only times they've included me. I had to basically insert myself into conversations and it felt awkward and unnatural. So I had a wager with my wife to bring my twin brother instead of me to see if anyone noticed. I purposely did not prep him on anything. He went in completely clueless. He knew why we were doing it and was game. As I suspected, Steve confirmed that he wasn't approached all night. Nobody could tell he wasn't me, and he admitted he felt excluded and could only imagine how I felt. So for Christmas morning, I invited Steve to join. Normally he's with my mom and dad every year. They know about him, obviously, but didn't know about the switcheroo. That was when I revealed last night I was Steve, and I expressed disappointment that nobody noticed and said that this is why I stopped trying. Nobody talks to me. My wife drew the line here. She was hoping we could keep this between the two of us as a funny prank, but how can I expect her family to see what jerks they've been if I don't expose it? Ooh. I mean, this one I feel like I get it. He was trying to prove a point, and I was saying like the asshole, but I do understand your wife, like, not wanting to have issues with her family, because, you know, her family's still her family at the end of the day. Then I'd probably, you know, I think it would have been okay to keep it as a funny prank. You know, but I also understand you're trying to make a point to them. Yeah, that's weird that, like, they don't talk to you or anything. I would like to know why, though. Like, I would like, you know, him to ask them and see what they say as to, like, why they don't talk to him. I don't know. Like, I do understand both sides. I understand why, because, like I said, her side's probably, like, she doesn't want issues with her family. She doesn't want there to be drama and fighting, which is fair enough, because why would you want to have drama? You know what I mean? I feel like there's some things, like, you know, how about if the family don't care, just don't go with your wife to Christmas then? How about that? You know, let her go for her family, you can go with your family, and then guys can, you know, on Christmas Eve, then Christmas Day, you guys can spend the day just the two of you. I mean, that sounds like the best case scenario. That way you guys can avoid dramas and fights, and everyone's happy and everyone's chill, right? You know? I don't know. I just don't like unnecessary drama, and I feel like this is kind of unnecessary drama in a sense, in a way. I don't know. Again, comments, guys. I really want to know you guys' thoughts on these. Number 8, we're getting there. Am I the asshole for lying to my wife about the length of my work trip to avoid a vacation with the in-laws? Ooh, lying, guys. Lying's never good. I think I've heard this one too before. My wife, 31 female, and her family, my in-laws, had a 5-day-long family vacation in July. It was an Airbnb that everyone, my wife, her siblings, their spouses, and her parents stayed in. I, 34M, happened to have a work trip the same week as the vacation. but it was only 2 days long, so technically I could have gone for the last few days of vacation. Here's the thing about my wife's family. They're very rowdy. They yell to communicate, they get drunk together often, have no respect for each other's privacy, and ask very invasive questions. There have been times when I've asked my wife if I can skip family reunions and birthday parties, but she gets very mad at me and says it would be super rude to avoid her family. So when I found out my out-of-state work trip was the same week as family vacation, I decided to fib to my wife a bit. I told my wife that my work trip was a few days long and that it wouldn't make sense for me to travel to the Airbnb to stay for only 1 day. My wife agreed to this, so I went on the trip and enjoyed a few days of peace and quiet at our house while my wife enjoyed the vacation with the family. A few weeks went by and I was having some coworkers over for drinks. My wife came home from work early and started chatting with my coworkers. She told them about the wonderful vacation she had with the family a few weeks ago, and my coworkers asked me why I didn't join. I told them that the vacation was during our work trip, and my coworker said our work trip was only 2 days long, so why didn't I catch the end of the family vacation? The look on my wife's face was murderous. After my coworkers left, my wife started yelling at me, saying I was a major asshole. She called her parents and they sent me angry messages saying they couldn't believe I lied to my wife to avoid a vacation with them. Am I the asshole for lying to my wife about the length of my work trip, even though I knew she wouldn't allow me to skip the family vacation? Yes, you are the asshole. Number one, you shouldn't have lied to your wife. Like, you just made your wife look like an idiot in front of your coworkers. I don't know if that pause was there, but you know what I mean? You made her probably feel embarrassed in front of your coworkers, you know. So she's thinking you had this long work trip during family vacations and your coworkers outed you. This is why, guys, you never lie. Don't lie to people, because they're always going to find a way to come out. You know, and I get it. You know, maybe care for a family, but what? Just have a conversation. Just, you know, and she should let you, like, stay home, you know what I mean? Like, she should force you to go, but, like, at the same time, you shouldn't lie. And, like, they don't show you that little rowdy. I mean, to me, just from what you were saying, you do sound a bit more introverted to me. Like, as rowdiness, I don't see an issue with, to be honest. Like, I understand enough respect and family is privacy. Oh, where was it? Which I would like to have a more, like you to elaborate more on that. Like, what privacy, you know, like, how to invade each other's privacy, invasive questions. Like, what kind of invasive questions? I don't know. It just seems like they're a more outgoing family. You seem more like, like, introverted, which is nothing wrong with that, but I do think you were wrong for lying, but I also think your wife should just not make you go on these vacations. She should let you stay home. But, like, you lying just caused a whole bunch of issues that didn't need to be. Again, causing unnecessary drama for no reason. Like, don't cause unnecessary drama. You're just fucking yourself over, too, because now you're going to have to deal with them. And she shouldn't have texted her parents about it. Should have stayed between the two of you. So she was also wrong for that, but, yeah, you fucked up. Okay. Number 9. Am I the asshole for asking my husband what he expected after our daughter 3 have asked him when he was going home? My husband travels for work and regularly works long hours, so our children don't see him every day and sometimes goes weeks without seeing him in person. We had a fight over it recently, so he's been home a lot more. Our daughter asked him yesterday when he was going home. She's 3 and she convinced herself that he doesn't live with us and he only visits sometimes because he isn't here every day like I am. My husband was upset, especially since he couldn't convince her that he really did live here. And he brought it up before he went to bed because he felt like he should have done more to make her realize he did live here and he couldn't always be home because he was working. I asked him what did he expect and he said I was kicking him while he was away down. He's already blamed me partly for this situation because I'm the reason we don't live in the same city as his job's headquarters. He's been angry at me all day. No, girl. No, you're definitely the asshole. Number 1, you should have helped him explain to his daughter, like, he has to work. And, like, my thing to it is, she work, you know, like, do you work or are you a stay-at-home mom? Because if you're a stay-at-home mom, then you're a big asshole, because he has to work to support you, and also you saying that they can't be closer to his work because of you, so you're causing this issue to him to have to be away from your family, but yet he's in the wrong. Like, why can't you be in the same city as his headquarters? Like, what's the reason for that, you know? I feel like you're leaving this stuff out purposely to make yourself look better, but I definitely say you're the bigger asshole. You know, he didn't do anything wrong, in my opinion. He's trying to provide for the family, and especially, like, if you don't work, then what do you expect? He has to work, right? Someone has to make the money. you know, or if you don't like that he's working all day, then just move to the city where his work is. Like, what's the reason you can't or you won't? Like, you cause all these issues, it seems like. It seems like you're the problem, honestly, not the husband. It seems like he's doing your best and you're just kicking him out while he's down, like he said. So you're definitely the asshole. I do not think the husband's the asshole. You know, I think you should have helped explain to his daughter, like, hey, Daddy, you know, he loves you, he lives here, but he has to go away from work sometimes. And again, if you don't like it that he's away, then go live closer to his work so he doesn't have to be away from home. Like, you can fix these issues, but it's like you're one to make it harder. Honestly, don't know if this relationship's gonna work out because it seems like you're the problem. You won't take accountability. You know, you're causing the problems by making him be away from his family. You know, so, and I would like some more information on if you're working on, because I feel like that's important too. I mean, I feel like either way, though, it doesn't matter because he still has to work too to provide. But it's also like, why can't you live in the same city? I feel like we need to know that too. I feel like we hard to make it actual, like, give an actual answer without like this information, in my opinion. Because is there a good reason why you can't live near his job? You know, like if you had actual legitimately good reason why you can't live near his job, then I'd understand maybe a little bit. But like at the same time, it's like, I don't know. But you're definitely the asshole and you're causing unnecessary drama, in my opinion, for no reason. But whatever. And finally, guys, the last one, half an hour later. Am I the asshole for calling my step-cousin a jealous bitch because she said I get everything because I'm of nipple privilege? N-E-P-O, nipple. My step-cousin, I'll name her Leia. Should I say Leia? I don't know. Or Leah? I don't know. Leah. For this post, we're just going to say Leah. L-I-A. And I are in the same field. We work at a company that is co-owned by my boyfriend's dad. To put it simply, Leah's jealous. She thinks I don't deserve to be here and get everything handed to me. I am a hard worker and got promotion recently, which set her off even more. Both of us had actually been applying to some other jobs as well. She got one of them, so she's going to move out of state soon. I also got an offer, but decided to stay here because I got the promotion. We had family potluck over the weekend, and of course, a lot of them have heard the promotion and were congratulating me. Leah was there. She seemed fine throughout the night, but at one point, my aunt, her stepmom, said something about how proud everything is of me being successful. Everyone is me being successful in a traditional man's field. I just said thanks until I've gotten an offer from another place too, but I decided to stay and I'm happy. I have options for what I want to do. Leah overheard this and came to me saying, it's not about your options, but your nipple privilege. And how she got a new job too, but everyone's kissing up to your ass. I've had enough at that point and told her to stop acting like a jealous bitch and focus on herself instead. She got upset and pretty much stormed off. Am I the asshole? You're the asshole, because it does sound like you have privilege. You just say, like, that is for your boyfriend's company. By my boyfriend's dad. Yeah, your boyfriend's dad's company. So, I mean, I do understand the whole point saying that you do sound privileged. Like, you do say you're a hard worker, but, like, it also sounds like there's some privilege in it, too. I think you saying she's a jealous bitch is a bit far. Like, I understand you might be upset and annoyed, but it's like, you could have handled the situation better. You didn't have to, like, stoop to her level. You could have just walked away or ignored her. You caused issues for no reason. And it does sound like you have privilege. You know? I don't know. I think, like, maybe she probably shouldn't have said anything to you either, but you didn't have to escalate things either, you know? Sometimes the best thing you can do is just walk away and ignore people. You know, and I mean, I can understand Leah being upset because, you know, it does seem like because it is your boyfriend's dad that you probably do have privileges, you know? And, like, and what you said then, you get everything handed to you, right? She thinks I don't deserve to be there and get everything handed to me. And yes, you say you're a hard worker, but let's be honest, I'm sure you do get some special treatment. Like, you know what I mean? Let's be honest. I mean, I don't know, I can see why she might find that unfair, because it's like, it doesn't matter if you know the person or not. If the company is a family company, you should be treated like another employee. You know, so I can understand her being upset, and I can understand you just being annoyed. But lashing out and like, calling people names is not the way to handle a situation, you know? Like, I always say that when you're yelling at someone and, like, swearing at them, they're not going to listen to you. They're not, you know what I mean? Like, if you want someone to actually listen to you and your feelings and get your point across, talk to them, have a normal conversation with them. Because you yelling and swearing is going to do the opposite effect. It's not going to make them want to listen. It's going to make them, you know, just say fuck you and walk off, you know, not listen at all. So, like, you both are wrong, to be honest. I think it's pretty equal on who's worse, you know. I don't know, but anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Some of these stories I was surprised about because it just seems like, okay, sorry if I got that, guys. My iPad storage got full and I had to delete stuff. So, anyways, I don't remember what I was saying, but yeah, some of these stories are pretty much clearly like more not the asshole. Like they say, like people who are old, everyone in the story is the asshole, which I can kind of see in some aspects, but like I don't know, some of them just weird. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more of this. Can't fucking speak for some reason. I can never speak. I always stumble my words. Don't know why, but anyways, I love you guys so much. Please follow me on my socials. Follow everyone in my description. I love you guys so much. Oh yeah, please subscribe to me, guys. Please like and please comment. I really want to know your thoughts in the comments about all these stories. And I'll see you randomers in the next video. Peace.